but hear me out. They actually have some pretty good stuff when you
See what I'm saying? Look at that egg, bruh. I see no seasoning, no pepper at all, fam. No pepper at all. No season, but that ham look good up there. I ain't gonna hold you. That ham looks fire. We got Visit England. 10 shocks of visiting England. Look, man, before I visit England, I need to learn more about England, bro. So let's go ahead and check out these culture shocks or shocks that people have, Americans or other tourists have in the UK that would surprise me, man. Let's check this out.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in windy England here in London. And today what we have for you are the 10 things that might shock a tourist when they do come here to England. And the first thing that shocks tourists is the English, they really mind their P's and Q's. I mean, they are very polite. You will hear sorry, please, thank you so many times. You'll understand when people say, I hope my little boy grows up to be an English gentleman, because they do have manners here. No, not everybody has manners, but you will be surprised how much the politeness really comes in, whether you're talking to the police, you're talking to the people that work in tourism, or just normal everyday people. The pleases, the sorries, to bump into people. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, excuse me, sir. It does kind of shock people with how polite they are. And with those P's and Q's, so P's the politeness, and Q is the cues here, okay? You'll be shocked with how people really stand in line very well here, and nobody queue jumps or line jumps or butts in line, because that is totally not a cool thing to do here in England. So that's the first thing that shocks people, how they mind their P's and their Q's, okay? Now the second thing that kind of shocks tourists when they come here is you might actually like the food. I know, it's like I'm being sacrilegious here, saying you might like.
Now, this is one thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This is one thing I felt like, from what I have heard, is that the food is not very seasoned. Like it's not very, you know what I'm saying? Like the taste is not very seasoned. I don't know. That's just what I've heard. But I'm gonna don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna come and experience it myself. But this is one thing. I'm a foodie, bro. If you go check my main channel, you'll see me trying all types of foods. I'm a foodie. So this is one thing right here that I need to, you know what I'm saying? For me, I need to try English food, bro. I gotta try English food.
English food, but hear me out. They actually have some pretty good stuff when you
see what I'm saying. Look at that egg, bro. I see no seasoning, no pepper at all, fam. No pepper at all. No seasoning, but that ham look good up there. I ain't gonna hold you. That ham looks fire. You feel me? That ham look fire.
Are here, and it sounds silly, but you'll be surprised how many like the foods you do have here you might really like when you sit down and have that English breakfast with eggs and beans and toast and sausages, you know, bangers and stuff like that. It is such a good thing. Or when you go to the pubs and you go have a pub grub there, you know, have the Sunday roast or
now that's what I'm talking about.
Beef burger or steak and kidney pie.
Hold on. Are those fam, those are not, hey, now those look good. I ain't gonna hold you. Or these meat pies. These are meat pies, right? Them mugs look good. I can see the meat inside there. Them mugs look good. I ain't gonna hold you.
There's actually a lot of good foods that are here. Fish and chips is an experience you should have. The chocolates, oh, Cadbury, come on. You can't compare American chocolate to British chocolate, English chocolate. It's two different worlds, and that kind of shocks people.
I'm not a chocolate person, y'all. So.
I actually had some food I liked here. I know, it sounds crazy. That's why it's the second thing that'll shock you. The third thing that'll shock you about England is how much the weather does actually kind of suck sometimes. No, it's not raining every day. Obviously, I'm here in beautiful, sunny London. I mean, who says that? Beautiful, sunny London?
It rains every day?
They do have sun here, and you do get to go outside when it's not pouring rain, but a lot of times it does rain here. I've been here where it's raining like horizontally and getting soaking wet and all kinds of stuff.
Horizontal,
so you do come,
wow.
Just be prepared, because you know what? You might get a great day like this, or you might just get rain for the entire time you're here. So make sure you bring your rain jacket when you come to be prepared for the weather. And if you don't want to bring something, there's people selling umbrellas when it is a rainstorm, so you'll be okay. But just know, usually the weather kind of sucks sometimes. Not all the time, though. Now, the fourth thing that shocks tourists when they come here is how much the pub is kind of a focal point of a lot of people's lives here. I mean, if you go to small towns, the pub is like the center where things go on, where you watch the football match and you have your Sunday roast, you go get a pint and talk about work and life and the family, and how much the pub really is a part.
We actually got a lot of pubs in the U.S. as well. Like definitely in the inner city areas. You might see a strip of different bars and stuff. And they might call them, some of them could be like be called a pub, you know what I mean? And you'll go there and watch sports and drink your beer and stuff like that. So that's something similar. But hey, I'm sure the UK probably has, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these, man, because I'm guessing that's where they originated.
Part of an English experience. So make sure you do go there and have maybe some of those foods you like, or have an ale that the guy literally is cranking out for you. And it really is a part of everyday life here in England. And that's what's cool. It's like, you know, you think about the US, oh, I'm going to the bar, or I'm going to a bar, but here I'm going to the pub, and it means something more. And that shocks tourists when they think, oh, it's just a bar. No, pub is so much more than that. So you can have your Sunday roast with the family, or a pint with your pals and things like that, and the pub crawls and all these things that can go with it. It is really cool, and it shocks people how important pubs really are to English culture. Now, the fifth thing that'll shock you about England, which is kind of weird that I'm doing it here in London, is England is not just London. I know so many people that come to London and they say, oh, I've seen England, or they say, I've seen Europe. Look, England.
Oh, what is this right here? Hold on, what's this? What's this, bruh? What's this, bruh? Is that blackface dog? What y'all got going on in England, fam? What's that?
England and Europe, in that matter, is way more than London. London is an international city with all kinds of amazing things to do and see, but the country itself has tons of other things out there. The natural beauty and the things to see and the history.
Bro, the buildings look so old, bro. Like, they look so antique. I think antique is the word. They look very antique, bro. They look like, you know what I'm saying? Like they never got remodeled or anything. Like, they look old.
It's fantastic. So you'll be shocked that there's more to England than London. So get
Even
out
the cars.
there. And that's why it leads into the sixth thing that's going to shock you. When you come to England and you get outside of out onto the countryside, this country is actually beautiful. Go through Kent and the gardens of Kent, or go to the Peak District or the Lake District. Go up to Yorkshire and see York. I mean, this country is gorgeous, and you want to go out there and go explore it. And that's what's really cool is, look, it's not just London. And when you get outside of London, the countryside and the towns and the villages really are beautiful things to see. So exploring that countryside leads us into the seventh thing that's going to shock you when you do come to England, and that is when you rent a car and your first roundabout. I'm not gonna lie to you, the first time I took a roundabout, I'm like, oh my God, first off, they drive on the left side of the road, okay? So make sure when you cross the street, you look right, otherwise you're gonna get smashed, okay?
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you get that first roundabout, there's like 2 lanes and 2 lanes, you're like, okay, I've gotta go right, so I gotta go around the roundabout and then come off this way, and you're like, oh my God. And once you do that first roundabout and you're like, okay, where do I turn in, where do I turn about, all these things, it will shock you into a heart attack, okay? And then after you do that, you'll realize when you watch European Vacation, National Lampoon's European Vacation, and you see Chevy Chase going around, the Griswolds going around the circle. Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. Look, kids, big Parliament. For like 6 hours, you start to understand, because seriously, renting a car and driving on the other side of the road is shocking in of itself. But when you get that first roundabout, you're like, oh God, I'm gonna die, okay? Now, the eighth thing that's going to shock you is when you do travel around, you actually can see Downton Abbey type houses, the stately homes, the stately manor houses, and the country homes and stuff like that. You can go visit
these are
those,
places I'm
and it's
talking
cool
about.
because a lot of people,
I would
oh,
wanna
it's just
visit
it's a set piece, or it's CGI or something like that. No, these are real homes that you can go to. You know, you can go to the Cotswold and see the houses there. You can go around.
I want to
see
check
these
those
stately
out,
homes,
bro.
take tours of them, go to the gardens, have lunch there, have a picnic there, see all these things. And it's cool because you get shocking, like, wow, you can see that old Downton Abbey kind of things here, that old England. It's not just in the textbooks anymore. It is out there in the country, and that's one of the best things. The National Trust, they have all kinds of homes you can go stay at. I mean, you can stay at them. Literally, I guess one thing I'd say with that Downton Abbey kind of thing is you can have some of those true Englishisms here, staying at an old house, an old, stately manor, or what you do with the National Trust, they have all these homes. You can stay in a home that's 1,000 years old and enjoy that there. And that's what's so cool is you can get the history of England in these homes and to get that kind of Downton Abbey feel. I know that this show's been off the air for a while now, but it does have one of those things that shocks tourists. It's that, wow, I really get to enjoy those kind of things. Now, I will say, you get to see the Downton Abbey homes and stuff like that. The Downton Abbey acting and stuff like that, yes, people still have good manners here, but it's not like Downton Abbey anymore. I'll tell you what, just go to the pub on Friday night or Saturday during the football match, you'll understand what I mean. Now, the ninth thing that's going to shock you when you come here to England is the cops don't have guns. In the U.S., they've always got a gun on the side, no matter.
That's something that's going to trip me out, bruh. Now, that's something that's going to trip me out. the cops not having a gun, bro. How do they deal with um crime and stuff like that, bro? Is there not a lot of crime in the UK, bro? Because that's something that's gonna catch me off guard, bro. Not seeing these cops walk around with this big, you know what I'm saying, on their hip, or some of them even have them out like this. Depends on, you know.
No matter what, here, most of the cops, the bobbies, they don't carry guns, okay? And the thing is, the cops here are super friendly as well. So it's kind of like they're there for security, but it's almost like they're also there for tourist help. I mean, it's pretty funny because I know there's been many times when I'm like, okay, which way do I need to go to Notting Hill, or I'm in York? Hey, how do I get to the church and stuff like that, or where's the best place to go have tea?
Is that not a gun he had?
And the police officers, male and female, they're like, oh, go down there 3 blocks to the left, you're gonna see this thing, and they're super great. But it does shock people when they see the cops, but they don't have any guns. Now there are some cops with guns, yes, but it is kind of a shock.
Oh, okay.
If you're coming from the U.S. or South America and stuff like that, to be like, hey, it's a cop, and he's got
no gun.
A walkie-talkie. Huh, interesting. But it is
gotta
cool,
be a
and they
mall
are
cop.
super friendly, which is super nice. And the 10th thing that shocks tourists when they're here is when they realize that Britain and England are not the same thing. England is a part of Britain, okay? It's called the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So obviously Northern Ireland's separate, Great Britain, that's England, and Scotland, and Wales. And that's the thing is, if you meet a Scotsman or a Welshman and you say, oh, you're English, they're going to be insulted, because no, England is a different country. But they'll be okay if you say they're British, because there are a lot of differences between going to England and going to Wales and going to Scotland, whether it's the accent or even a different language they may speak there, the food and things like that. I mean, the pub culture pretty much stays in all those places, but there really is a difference. And just remember, you'll be shocked that England is not Britain, okay? It's 2 different ideas. Anyway,
England is not
those are just
Britain,
10 things that might shock you if you're coming to England on tourism or travel or vacation or fun. What are some of the things that shocked you about coming to England? Please put it in the comment section below so we can have more shocks. And if you want to see more videos like this, 10 things that'll shock you about London, 5 things you'll love and hate about visiting England, all kinds of stuff like that. Check us out on our website at waltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we really and mind your manners.
Shout out Walter's World, man. Shout out Walter's World. Look, y'all. What was y'all? I was more surprised about the United Kingdom. Britain is not united. They're 2 separate things, bro. I thought they was all the same thing. I thought all my British people were from the UK. Like, they all just one, bro. I thought they was all just one. But everything else, I feel like I've pretty much heard before. Everything else I've seen and heard before. Driving on the opposite side of the road, I've already experienced that in South Africa. But that roundabout, that's something that I'm not prepared for if I ever get on the road behind the wheel, bro. The roundabout, I remember when I first began driving, going around a roundabout is different. So just imagine going around a roundabout on the opposite side of the road. Nah, bruh. Nah, man. Look, man, comment down below y'all thoughts. Let me know what was y'all's shocking thing that you guys heard. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay tuned next week.